Business-to-business trade operates on a scale that dwarfs the consumer retail market by an order of magnitude. Global B2B e-commerce is on a trajectory to reach $36 trillion in gross merchandise value by 2026. That represents a 14.5% annual growth rate. Expanding self-service expectations and digital-first purchasing habits across all industries act as the primary engines for this expansion. According to the key benchmark data here, 80% of all B2B sales interactions now happen through digital channels. B2B digital trade has matured into the structural default for global commerce, necessitating an entirely new revenue architecture. Revenue organizations have responded with aggressive technology procurement, with 89% now using AI and 92% planning further investments. This massive investment has yielded a striking contradiction. Despite the new tools, the median B2B conversion rate across all industries remains stalled at 2.9%. A massive gap exists between adoption and actual utility. While 81% of teams say they experiment with AI, only 19% of sales reps use the features. Purchasing software without practical workflow integration creates a false sense of security, delivering zero pipeline ROI. The data in the conversion and pipeline section highlights these persistent inefficiencies. As the VO says median B2B conversion, the focus pulls to the 2.9% bullet point. Deploying AI without deep integration simply scales ineffective processes at a higher velocity. To solve these performance issues, we have to analyze the psychology of the modern buying committee. Buyers arrive at the first meeting having completed the majority of their work. 91% are already familiar with the vendor, and 85% set purchase requirements before speaking to a rep. This abundance of self-directed research frequently induces analysis paralysis. Early buyer confidence deteriorates over a deal's course as internal alignment splinters. Sellers and buyers perceive the core problem differently in 54.5% of interactions. This confusion causes buying committees to change their problem statement an average of 3.1 times during a purchase cycle. While 61% of buyers prefer a rep-free experience initially, they often stall when trying to compare complex product fits without human intervention. With 94% of buyers using generative AI to flood their own internal research, the noise only increases. The modern sales challenge is navigating the committee's inability to reach consensus under the weight of excessive information. This psychological paralysis translates directly into a mechanical breakdown in revenue operations. The structural breakdown occurs transitioning from marketing qualified lead to sales qualified lead. Industry data shows this bottleneck averages a 15% conversion rate. When the ideal customer profile is too broad, the funnel clogs with low-intent leads, destroying pipeline quality before reaching a rep. Lazy AI adoption makes this worse. Using automation to blast unpersonalized outreach at static lists damages brand trust and increases unsubscribes. The consensus on this approach is clear. Over-automating without personalizing doesn't scale outreach, it scales failure. Scaling bad targeting through high-volume, untargeted outbound motions accelerates market rejection. Solving the MQL bottleneck requires an architectural shift to signal-based selling. Teams now time outreach to real behavioral triggers. AI acts as an analytical engine, contextualizing data streams to find the right moment for contact. This creates hyper-personalized outreach, mapped to buyer pain points, delivering 66% ROI and 30% higher win rates. Proactive, signal-driven habits create a measurable revenue advantage, yielding 19 to 30% higher annual sales revenue. Winning with AI means executing hyper-personalization at a scale that was previously impossible for human teams alone. This shift is beginning to change the daily operational reality for individual human sales representatives. Automation is finally reclaiming the time reps previously lost to administrative work. Active selling time has expanded from 28% in 2024 to roughly 40% in 2026. This extra time is necessary. By 2028, AI agents will outnumber human sellers by a magnitude of 10 to 1. With machines handling the volume, 36% of sales professionals say their primary role is now helping buyers feel confident in their decisions. For 33% of reps, the main challenge is now navigating the internal buy-in required by modern buying committees. The 2026 State of Sales data reflects this change in the human job description. Modern human sellers act as specialized consensus builders, deployed specifically to resolve the internal friction machines cannot. Despite the clear trends, a massive readiness gap remains. 64% of B2B leaders recognize the impact of AI, but only 20% feel prepared for it. Winning organizations share three traits. They invest in intent signal data quality, they close the gap between AI theory and practice, and they redesign the sales role around human strengths. Strategic inaction is becoming increasingly costly as the B2B e-commerce market accelerates toward $47.5 trillion. Technology handles the signal analysis, so humans can handle the trust. The mandate for revenue leaders is to automate the data processing, so their people are free to build confidence in the most complex, high-stakes decisions.